You know, people ask us all the time, how do you stay grounded? How do you stay, you know, anchored? Oh boy, wouldn't you like to know? It cracked me up, it's so stupid.
You make me understand this place in a whole different way. You make me wanna live this life to the fullest, to the fullest.
Hi there, adventure seekers. We have made it back to Oregon, and we are at, well, if you can't figure out where we're at, I don't know what to tell you, but we're at the Fort Clatsop, which is Lewis.
Not Clatston.
Oh,
Fort
Clatsop. Fort Clatsop, which is the Lewis and Clark National Historic Park, one of many Lewis and Clark national parks in the area. Because, well, Lewis and Clark were here. All right, I just realized that I left the camera recording, and, well, yeah, I'm going to show you that right now, some of that footage.
Well, do you need to take her over and pee in the woods, or?
Well, you know what bears do in the woods. Yeah, it's a little dark, because what I want to show you is actually, well, facing the sun. So we'll do the best we can to show you this. It's kind of interesting. This is a close-up look here, as we got kids screaming in the background. These pilings are 80-year-old Douglas fir trees, and some of these are up to 60 feet tall, but they're embedded at least 20 feet in the bottom of the river here, and it's low tide. Now what these were used for, you know, 100 years or so ago, was for the logging industry. This is what they used to sort the logs that, you know, they float down. This was basically their sorting method, and they also use these to make rafts. Now on to the next. So here's the replica fort. Not very big, doesn't need to be. Now the nice thing is you can get to all the cabins on this side without having to go outside.
Well, he's
In the
probably...
wintertime, it's a pretty big deal.
Now come out here and let me show you
Things
something.
nice and warm. Now these bunks are shorter, so they're obviously for the enlisted folks, but it's right next to the fireplace, so it gets nice and warm in here. But the other reason it was next to the enlisted bunks is so they could keep the fire going. And here's the storehouse. For reference, there's Shelley in the fort. And here's the kitchen by itself. One small table. Guess who sat at the table? The officers. Guess who didn't sit at the table? Everybody else. Including the people who actually cooked the meal. But, you know, that's the way it is. Now the trail down there that we're not going to go hit on this trip, because I still got the bad knees. This has been pretty interesting. What do you guys think? Can't hear you.
I enjoyed it.
I'm talking to them, not you.
Well, I enjoyed it.
And if you noticed, there's a serious lack of stars on that flag. Well, that's because there was a serious lack of states back when Lewis and Clark made their expedition. What in the hell are we doing here?
Trust your dear old mother, boys. Throw her into four-wheel drive and hold on to your hats.
But you're not my mom! Surprise. We left the Lewis and Clark National Historic Park, and we are now at the Oregon Film Museum, conveniently located in a jailhouse. Well, it used to be a jailhouse.
Yep.
According to the sign from 1914 to 1976, it was a jailhouse. Now it's the Oregon Film Museum. Let's go see what we can see in the
Astoria,
film.
Oregon.
Yeah, Astoria, Oregon. So we have Astoria for you inside. Little pigs, let me come in. Not by the hair of your chinny chin chin, but I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in. Here's Johnny!
This
Thank
is
you.
your set pass. On our gallery to the right, we have 3 active green screen top sets.
Okay.
You can film up to 5 segments of yourself, acting out various scenes from urban films.
Cool thing about this particular building, it's a jail, like I said, but it's also the jail where they filmed the opening scene to Goonies. And right across the street is the Flavel House, which is a Victorian style house that was also shown briefly in the movie. So, but a lot of stuff going on here is all about movies, not just movies that were filmed here, but you can make your own movies, like right here. You can get in the car. All you need is your set pass in the slot below, and then you're good to go. Do we get a set pass?
I did.
What in the hell are we doing here?
Trust your dear old mother, boys. Hold on to your hats. I totally messed that up.
Let me out, let me out. Yeah, they don't let you lock me in here. This would be really, I mean, that's no shoulder room.
No, room for you and 3 of your closest friends.
Wow.
And this, like I said earlier, this is a real jail cell. It's been used for about 70, 75 years. So a lot of people spent time here.
Like, it's one thing if you're sitting down here, but I can't imagine being, I mean, if you were up here, you could only go down, stand, or lay.
Yep.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow.
And if you do stand, make sure you stand clear. Now we're on the back side of the cells. Wow. That's some fancy heating system they got here. Hey, what's happening, dude?
Take 1.
Shelly got a gift. She got a prize.
That was so much fun. I love this little museum. It was really cute. $6 to go in per person, but you got to film your own scenes, which you would think I would be able to remember 2 lines, but I couldn't.
That was cool. What's coming up next? Well, it's coming up next. This is a Blue Star Museum, so we got it for free. And the first thing we see is an ocean buoy. Now, these are navigational aids for ships to steer them around shoals or shipwrecks, things like that. Somewhere where it's going to be not so deep water. Now, what's interesting is when my dad was in the Coast Guard, he used to paint invisible buoys out in the ocean. At least that's what he told me all my life. Still tells me that to this day. So this is not an invisible buoy, but it is a buoy nonetheless. All right, doesn't this look like fun? This is a really cool depiction of Coast Guard in action trying to save a life. Now this is not real water, just so you know.
Conditions on the East Coast and later.
Once again, this is not the actual size of this ship. It's a model. Well, this is a really cool exhibit we're getting ready to show you here. It's that's the lighthouse behind me. This is a very rare artifact from the Lewis and Clark expeditions. It's the vacuum cleaner they used to keep their fort clean when they were here in the area. And there it is, folks. The Lewis and Clark vacuum. You believe me, right? Okay, this isn't what you're thinking about. It doesn't mean there's a bar full of ruffians. Why did I say ruffians? What a stupid thing to say. This is actually a bar as part of the inlet to the river or a harbor. And rough bar means, well, that. So as you can see, it's seaside. We're in Astoria. 60 to 80 mile an hour gust. So light winds. And now for our forecast. As you can see, Monday is going to be a high of 52, a low of 44. Tuesday, Wednesday, rain. Thursday, mostly cloudy, and Friday again, rain. So like any other forecast, this is a lie. It's going to be whatever it's going to be. Weathermen always get it wrong. You're seeing us through the FLIR camera, which is a forward-looking infrared camera. This has been a real game changer for the Coast Guard and other rescue services. And if you've ever watched Deadliest Catch, you've seen footage like this whenever they were rescuing people. And the camera makes it a lot easier to find heat signatures in the dark. So they're able to find people in the water, find them if they're on the deck of the ship, possibly incapacitated. They can find them, get them rescued. So this has been a big change and saved a lot of lives. If you look over here, here's some actual footage taken from FLIR cameras. And as you can see, everything shows up a lot better because you can't really use spotlights because the spotlight's only going to work in the area the light hits, and then it's going to blind you for everything else. Now we've actually made it to the bridge of the USS Nap. And that's with a K, so we're not taking a nap. We know somebody named Nap. All right, let's go in and check this out. Even Talon's coming in. She's not sure. Come on, baby, you can do it. There you go.
Hey, it's dark in here.
Yes, it is. We need a FLIR camera.
I'm gonna be the captain.
Well, then that's not where the captain goes.
Okay.
Captain doesn't steer the ship.
Well, I'm gonna be the steerer.
Most of the time the captain will be sitting in this chair right here looking out. Check this ship out. It's a trawler. So it actually had a motor. And here's all the lines and lures. They pull them out, catch fish. There's the fish. He's got a steering wheel back here. This could be a one-person operation. And he's down there in the hold, so he doesn't have to bend over to mess with the fish. It saves his back. And this is a net boat. He's got the little motor right here to reel in the net. It also has a wheel. He can steer the boat. And back here is another one. So either one can steer, and he can steer while he's working the nets. And if he needs to move because of where the net's laying and current, he can change it. And if you look right under us, there's a seal and a talon. It's a seal talon. So here is the lightship Columbia. These lightships are run by the Coast Guard, and they put them in places where it's either a temporary obstruction underwater or where like lighthouses and things like that cannot be safely constructed. And off the top of my head anyway, it's going to be a pretty boring duty because you're out on the bar and it's not the bar that they'd like to be at, and you could be in 30-foot waves, 70+ knot winds. This one was built in 1950 and it was in operation from 51 to 79. Top of the mast is 66 feet from the surface of the water. You can see the lights up there. Let's go get a closer look at this Coast Guard cutter though. It looks like the kind my dad was on when he was painting those invisible buoys like I talked about earlier. They got a gun on the bow. They mean business. That was a fun museum.
That museum was really fun.
Okay, this is the Coast Guard.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, this is the Coast Guard cutter Albert. What's happening? Oh, sorry. It's the Coast Guard cutter alert. Close to Albert. I was going to do a Fat Albert impersonation, but I guess not. A lot of fun, very cool. Got in free because it's the Blue Star Museum and it's before Labor Day. So,
Otherwise, I think it was like $16 to get in.
So we can wear white pants. This is before Labor Day, and we can get in the museums for free. So that's pretty cool. And
The Coast Guard were white.
the Coast Guard do wear white, and they paint their ships white. And I wasn't kidding about the invisible buoy thing with my dad. He's told me that all his life. That he painted invisible buoys.
Must be a Coast Guard thing.
Yeah. But he said he did it in like Nebraska too, so I don't know. Could be some, he could have been just
The apple doesn't,
pulling my leg.
the
I
apple
don't
doesn't
know.
fall far from the tree.
You'll always hear the truth from me, though, as you well know. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. We've had a good time here in Astoria. Now we're gonna go check out. We still haven't seen the I keep wanting to say specific, the Pacific Ocean.
Nope. We're gonna head that way.
Well, we got to Seaside yesterday, so we're gonna go there right now, and that'll be a part of our next video. But so thank you for watching this one. If you haven't done so already, give us a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And if you'd like to help us help Christian-based veterans charities, then there's links to all that stuff in the description below, including becoming a YouTube or Patreon member, where you'll get exclusive behind-the-scenes information, real-time updates, and well, you get bloopers on the regular thing, but you'll get bloopers and
lots of videos that we can't publish everything, so.
and more pictures of Talon. So thanks for watching.
And make your next journey an epic adventure. See ya.
Bye.